Like Kobe, his game is seemingly built for these late-game situations. A stork-like ability to balance on one foot and hit a fadeaway at any point. Dirk had no shortage of big moments.
That is what it looks like.
And what a
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope you all are having a great day so far. So I had one video here that I think might be an epic video, you guys. We'll find out real soon. But this was recommended that I check out. I can't remember by whom. Quite a while ago. I see this video is 2 years old, and it's titled "The Clutch Goat." It's not who you think, and it's a video from Michael Mccarthy, I believe is how to pronounce it. I'm going to link the original video down below in the description like I always do. But don't click off on this one, guys. Not yet. Because I read down at the comments, and every comment is just like, I'm hearing this is one of the greatest basketball videos, of all time, according to these comments. And it also has over 500,000 views. So I'm thinking I missed out on a great video here, and it's time to catch up and watch it. Guys, obviously, when you talk about like Clutch Goat, I'm going to like Michael Jordan and Larry Bird right out of the gate. And then Kobe Bryant's right there as well. But I have a feeling he's going to analyze something in some way that's going to shock me. So I'm going to hold off on the long intro, and let's just get right into it and see what he's cooking in this video. So anyways, like I said, the original video is going to be down below in the description of this video. You'll also see a list of channel members. Shout out to each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys. I say let's do it. Like the video. If you could, hype the video if you got any. That would really help out a lot. And let's check this out together.
It is the single most debated basketball topic ever.
That's the biggest clutch gene.
With the game on the line.
And the best clutch money player.
Fate of the universe on the line, or the Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth. You better hit it.
Commence primary ignition.
By the way, this video should be in 1440p for those of you who watch in that resolution. Trying to beef up the production here a little bit. Oh! The duel of fates. Anakin, stay in the ship.
Who is the most clutch player of all time?
Joe Mama.
Clutch is a vague term, and it's difficult to measure vagueness, so let's start by defining it.
Wait, I wasn't expecting the Star Wars stuff. All right, I think I found my home.
Now, the populace would define clutch as a rare genetic trait, one placed at the top of the athletic skill hierarchy, a mythical force that only a select few possess. Now, the NBA would define clutch as shots made when the score is within 5 points or less, with 5 minutes or less left in the game.
Yeah, and that's why we don't like anything Adam Silver says around here. 5 minutes, come on now, maybe 2, but 5.
And this is undeniably a period of time when the stakes do increase, but I don't think that's what most people think of.
It's not.
When they hear the word clutch.
It's really not.
Buzzer beaters, game winners, last-second go-ahead step-backs. No story's ever been written about a layup with 4:50 left on the clock that won the game.
Yeah, remember that time, I think it was 2014 or something, when Kobe hit three-pointers in a row in order to get their team to stay in survival mode, and then drove the ball right down the middle of the lane and dunked it with 2 hands to win the game. That's clutch, man. That's final 2 minutes and him clutch shot after clutch shot after clutch shot. That's what I think clutch is. But or Michael Jordan in the 98 finals, what was it, 2 free throws, layup, defensive stop on Karl Malone to steal the ball, no timeout, just dribble the ball out, boom, big shot, the shot to seal the deal for the 6th championship. That's clutch, man, because it's not just one shot. Buzzer beaters are fun, but everything leading up to that buzzer beater is important too. But just in the last couple of minutes, I don't want to see 5 minutes.
For this reason,
if the game is tied at say 82-82, and there's 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and Steph Curry hits a 3. Do we really consider that clutch? Like, I personally don't. Like, there's still 5 minutes left, man, you know?
We are going to use what's called clutch squared. This is a win probability model that Mike Bowie has been widely recognized for. The basic concept is this. How does a player's actions, both positively and negatively, impact the win probability for his team? You might notice these swings just tracking the win probability following a game on your phone. For example, Steph knocking down a 3 early on might hardly alter the Warriors' win probability, but in just a few closing seconds, it can launch them from 10 to 95%, even certainty. And clutch play is really associated with these needle-swinging plays, right? It's the antithesis of garbage time or early game action. To be eligible, you had to take a minimum of 100 clutch squared shots, and we ran this all the way back to 1996.
96? Okay, not far back enough. So, okay, let's see what he comes up with.
So, who is it? Who is the man in the arena? The man with that rare...
I mean, you only gave him a couple of years, man. And then Larry Bird's out of the mix, so I'm a little disappointed with that. I didn't mean to circle that guy. There you go. Let's do a little something like that. But yeah, this guy right here. We're only getting a couple of years out of him.
Clutch DNA strand. Fate of the universe on the line. Death being pointed at Earth. Give us Anthony Davis? Anthony Davis.
Is Anakin the most clutch of all time? Because he ended up, at the very last second killing the Emperor until Disney ruined it, and then the Emperor, Palpatine, somehow survived. Oh, my God. Anyways. Thanks, Disney.
Not Kobe, not LeBron, not MJ, not Steph, but the brow?
No.
How?
No.
Anthony has the highest effective field goal percentage in these clutch squared moments by a wide margin. We aren't looking solely at field goal percentage. Effective field goal percentage waits for threes, and Anthony has hit several of those in big moments.
He has.
What's going on here?
The brow
Wait,
is
you guys, what would be really, really funny is if LeBron James played with the most clutch player of all time, according to statistics. Talk about who should have been Finals MVP.
Great player. Nobody's denying that. But in general, centers have a high field goal percentage.
Yes.
Who has the highest of all time? DeAndre Jordan.
Maybe you anticipated this. I mean, positionally, there's a clear trend. It's Anthony because Anthony is closer to the rim, but Anthony doesn't have this high of an effective field goal percentage over his career. His career average is worse than guys like Steph, LeBron, and many other shorter players on this graph.
AD does shoot some threes. I didn't really see Jordan do that.
So again,
DeAndre, that is.
What's going on here?
So the further right that we go with this, the more we find guards. And there's a reason for this. Post plays take a little longer to develop. They might be hard to execute if you just have a few seconds left in the game.
As dominant as Shaq was, you might not be able to just get him the ball and have him go create in the waning moments.
He wasn't clutch because he was avoiding getting the ball in the paint during clutch moments because he couldn't make free throws. So yeah, he should be very far down the list of clutch. I'm just assuming.
Guards are attempting far more of these shots.
In fact, if we look at the top 20 in terms of attempts, only 2 were post players. KG and Dirk.
And the most voluminous?
Kobe's efficiency was pretty impressive when you consider his unparalleled volume. He was better than LeBron. He was better than KD. He was better than MJ. The man with the ultimate green line.
Get him!
Kobe!
Was pretty good in these late game situations.
What is up with the Star Wars stuff? Not that I mind.
Kobe was great, but not as dangerous as Dame.
Dame checked in at 48.2% effective field goal percentage. That was #1 overall, minimum 200 clutch squared shots. Dame time is as advertised.
Das Dirk emerges if we look at a minimum.
Don't remember in the last All-Star break when he was still injured, he won the three-point contest. I'm not the biggest Dame fan in the world because he doesn't play a lick of defense, but man, boy could shoot.
Of 300 clutch squared shots taken, and that makes sense.
Like Kobe, his game is seemingly built for these late-game situations. A stork-like ability to balance on one foot and hit a fadeaway at any point. Dirk had no shortage of big moments.
That is what it looks like.
And what about the dude with the shoes? His airness.
Dude.
MJ was slightly above
Is
average.
that a real figure, like a Lego? Is that real? I would like that.
Now, obviously, this was a completely different era where defenses could play more aggressive in the 90s, and effective field goal percentage was certainly lower overall than it is today.
Well, and remember, he only factored in 1996 and on, so...
We also only got the last few seasons of MJ because our code has trouble tracking before 96, so only got the last few seasons. Still, he was an impressive above average given his volume and percentage of those clutch squared shots that he took for his team at that point.
And who was anti-clutch? Who fell at the time of pressure? Baron Davis, Tyreek Evans, Derrick Rose, Allen Iverson, Dwayne Wade, Russell Westbrook, and Donovan Mitchell were some notables.
So how can we improve this measurement? I mean, we still don't have an answer for Mr. Davis here. How can we go further into the clutch?
Playoffs, turn up.
It's about to go down.
Timbo.
Playoffs are different than the regular season.
Here's Ginobili.
Being clutch, that's synonymous with playoffs.
I agree. In fact, if it was up to me, when we're gauging who's the most clutch people of all time, we would only talk about the playoffs.
So how do these rankings look if we control just for the playoffs, the most crucial point of the year?
A biblical player.
Back out to Allen.
What a shot. Bang.
Ray Allen has been a literal savior in clutch moments. The second coming lived up to his stage name.
Jesus.
Shooting an absurd 68.97% in clutch playoff moments.
Hallelujah, Jesus, hallelujah.
Who's closer to Earth?
McKee gets it in the middle for the win.
Reggie. Yep.
Miller time, second overall.
Okay, good. I've always had him as one of the most clutch players of all time. Good to know the numbers back it up. And real quick, I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I've never heard of this channel before. My first viewing, and I'm very impressed.
You can dance, Reggie.
Link is down below if you want to do the same.
Jimmy looks to be, as we know him, highly effective in the clutch. Mike Bibby, phenomenal.
To Bibby has the open shot.
LeBron, slightly above average. Lillard, above average.
Yeah, let's just brush past the LeBron thing.
KD, average.
Average,
Below
huh?
the event horizon, though.
Wow, KD lower than LeBron in this one.
Oddly, Kobe and MJ.
Get out of here.
Sinking further into the dark side, James Harden.
Oh. Wow, I'm shocked with the placement of Jordan and Kobe in the playoffs there.
Dwayne Wade, and I hate to say it,
30%.
But despite having the worst effective field goal percentage in our sample, Russ might not be the biggest outlier.
Checking in, the greatest shooter of all time.
No way.
Steph Curry?
Say it ain't so.
Steph carries a measly 27% effective field goal percentage in clutch squared playoff shots. And if we control a little further, Curry is a staggering 0 for 14 in go-ahead playoff shots. The man with a laser-guided freaking shooting system attached to his right shoulder has been horrendous in the playoff clutch.
One shouldn't discount the significance of this. Steph has performed terribly in playoff situations, but he has 4 rings. That is a testament to the supporting cast in the Bay Area.
This poor shooting's been addressed in the media before.
fate of the universe on the line, or the Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth, you better hit it. I want Iguodala.
There's something
I want Robert Horry.
incredibly short-sighted here that Max
where's
is
Robert Horry on this list?
skipping over. Something that might also help explain Anthony Davis.
I spoke with Seth Partnow about this, who's a former Bucks analyst and currently writes at The Athletic. Consider the following. Steph has taken 45 playoff clutch squared shots in our sample. He's made 12.5 effectively. Keep in mind a 3 is worth 1.5, a 2 is worth 1 here. Had he made just 4 more threes, he would be average among these stars.
What the heck?
And better than Kobe. Had he made 7 more threes, he would be elite in these playoff clutch squared moments. While examining clutch playoff statistics is telling, it's not gospel, especially when we consider the playoffs being such a small sample size. Again, I'm not discounting the importance of clutch moments, but if Ray and Steph, 2 outliers in opposite directions, are single-digit makes and misses away from being statistically identical in these moments, isn't that worth mentioning?
It is. It is. I'm glad you mentioned it.
Might this be part of the reason why Anthony is such an outlier?
Oh, that's true. How many has he shot?
Shooting, not just his unibrow.
So it's easier to see this the more shots that a player takes. Conveniently for debate, at the top in terms of volume, we have LeBron and Kobe.
If we strip away the glamour and narratives of clutch moments, both are right around where a rational robot might expect them to be. LeBron is above average. Kobe is basically average. When looking at the entirety of their career for effective field goal percentage, LeBron is above average. Kobe is basically average. As attempts increase, overall accuracy on game-winning...
Remember, Jordan's is only from 1996 to 98, basically. That's the only thing he's being charted for. I'm still surprised at that number, though.
Shots regresses.
More so Dwayne Wade. I'm really surprised where his position is on this list. Really, really confused why D Wade is so low on this list.
Heavily towards the mean, towards expectations. Max is an Ivy League educated individual. Imagining an ether where he doesn't know what small sample sizes are is
Curry missed several shots in clutch playoff moments.
Difficult to comprehend. Calling for Iguodala over Curry borders on science fiction. Unfortunately, there is a clear benefit in today's world to sensationalizing absolutist takes.
LeBron James was not born with a clutch gene.
LeBron's another example.
LeBron's not going to win the championship.
A period of time where fans and analysts were having a field day with his late game play.
He don't know how to win.
Many oddly still do.
He wants to be a movie star.
But he's been a better shooter than Kobe in these playoff moments. He's also hit the most prized clutch shot, more than anyone.
Gets it to LeBron for 3 for the win. Yes! LeBron James!
This is not just something that I believe. This is what has actually happened. Yet somehow LeBron is still seen as a Padawan. Kobe has been crystallized as a Jedi. And of course, being clutch doesn't mean just making clutch shots. One can have a clutch rebound, a clutch steal, a clutch block, a clutch assist, or a clutch free throw. Thankfully, Mike Bowie has devised a ranking system that accounts for all of this. This win probability added model takes into account the varying degrees of importance of different numbers in a data set. For example, hitting a shot is more important than a rebound, but getting a rebound does affect win probability. When Giannis pulled
especially
off
an offensive board,
this
like Chris Bosh did in that situation,
spectacular block late in the fourth, the Bucks' win probability jumped by 13%.
Wow.
By all accounts, this was a clutch moment.
Yeah, I remember a lot of, well, let me take a look at it closely now, and then I'll back it up, because this is about the best angle I've ever got to see. Because a lot of Suns fans called for a foul. Ooh, I could see why. It's close. He got a little bit of hand in there. I don't know, man. I'd give Giannis the block. What do you guys think?
This was a clutch moment. So, when running this more holistic clutch tracker, who do we find?
If we scroll all the way into the top here, we find Chris Paul. Kind of surprising, but wait a second. That's LeBron. That's everybody else. That's insane. The first time I looked at this, I actually did not even see LeBron. I'm going to show a screenshot of the text from Mike. He was such an outlier, I did not even see him. He was quite literally off the chart. You can say what you want about this metric, but LeBron has been a clutch squared monster for opposing teams.
Now, this is cumulative, and obviously LeBron...
I'm not talking because I'm speechless right now. What the hell is going on here?
Has played more playoff games than anyone since 2005, which is as far back as our tracking data can go. So I wanted to run this for averages for a more fair comparison. Minimum 30 playoff games, clutch moments. And right at the top, we see LeBron again. Roughly speaking, this means that LeBron has improved his team's odds at winning a close playoff game by 7.8%. This was run since 2005, minimum 30 playoff games.
Now, many of you might have looked at these two charts.
And is that done by his numbers or by association? You know what I mean? Like he happened to be playing in the game where a big clutch moment happens. You know what I mean? Like Kyrie Irving kind of thing. Or am I wrong? Is it really his stats, his numbers, his impact is pushing him to the top of this list?
And notice that there's someone missing.
Is there anybody more clutch than that man?
This just wasn't something that I anticipated. I mean, I knew that Kobe wasn't the most efficient shooter of all time, but not even cracking the top 15 for regular season and playoffs, that was surprising.
It is,
to me.
because it makes me wonder with like the performance we just saw from Jalen Brunson in the playoffs. Like, would that translate to clutch or not clutch according to these metrics? Because all in all, like the shooting percentage was poor. However, that's because the first half of each game, like they were terrible. And then he came back and became Superman in the second half, which I would say is pretty damn clutch because down the stretch, he kept hitting big shot after big shot. But I wonder if like the low percentage would mess that all up for him statistic wise. Because I know what I saw with my eyes, the eye test showed this guy's got ice veins and, you know, give him the ball in clutch time, he'll make something happen. But I wonder if the numbers do back that up.
You might look at this in complete dismissal and think, well, those 5 championships speak for themselves.
And the reason I brought that up is because Kobe was the same way. Clutch time, give him the ball. You know what I mean? Like, just get out the way, give him the ball, let him do his thing. He's going to probably deliver, but the stats don't back it up.
Your gut is telling you that all this data, all these stats, these numbers, it's just misleading. This is ridiculous. That is certainly a position you may take. Many former players have as well. I mean, for centuries, people could just accuse their neighbor of witchcraft simply because they felt a certain way about them, and it worked. Wait a second. Does that mean our guts can be wrong about stuff? Kobe made the most clutch shots, but he also attempted the most clutch shots by far. And maybe that's why I thought he'd rank higher, just the sheer volume, all these crazy shots he's made over the years. But there's something we can learn from this, not just about Kobe, but about these late game clutch situations in general. Average clutch squared shooting is an abysmal 41%. That is some combination of 2 possibilities. Better defense, worse offense. So throughout the game, the offense has 3 advantages. The defense doesn't know who will be taking that shot, when it will occur, and where it will happen. At the end of the game, the defense has a little bit better idea who is going to be taking that shot.
Yeah, we'd see Kobe literally get triple and quadruple teamed when he's taking these last second shots.
And they certainly have a better idea when it will happen.
Take a look at this pivotal finals play. Orlando waits until the waning moments to send a double, and they're so convinced that Kobe will take this shot, they've abandoned 3 perimeter players. This is the sin of predictability. It's also partially unavoidable here. The correct play is to run the clock down since it's tied, but nothing says Kobe can't kick this out.
Yeah,
here.
but with 1.5 seconds left on the clock, that would be just throwing an absolute grenade. But I agree. If you could have penetrated down the middle of the lane earlier, about 2 seconds earlier, then he could have kicked the ball out. Absolutely.
Should state that I am a big Kobe fan. If anything, I was hoping to find the opposite. Fans of his raw courage might howl that such criticism misses the point, but the larger takeaway here should be that over time, virtually all of these players are performing worse in clutch moments than in regular ones, even the anointed king of clutch.
And when it comes to clutch and stats, like, it's kind of hard because certain players had the responsibility of taking every last second shot, every big pivotal shot like this. You know, Jordan was that guy. Kobe was that guy. Larry Bird was that guy. Reggie Miller is that guy. I have a feeling Jalen Brunson is becoming that guy. We've seen others. But a lot of I mean, the problem I have with the LeBron James and the Anthony Davis thing is that it's not their job to take the clutch shot. So they might have hit some clutch shots, but it was never supposed to be them. You know what I mean? Like, they might have just happened to do it because they didn't have another choice. But oftentimes, they're not the go-to guy. So it kind of sucks seeing all the guys who are the go-to clutch shot guy, you know, the guy with that pressure and that demand on him, get ranked so low in this. They get punished for doing it. Kind of reminds me of when you'd see... Okay, like, for instance, Michael Jordan's three-point percentage, lower than it should have been. Why? Because at the end of every quarter, at the end of every half, at the end of whatever, last second on a shot clock, whenever it was, you know, you got 1 second left, you give the ball to Jordan, he's going to throw up a half-court shot. Just because you got best odds he's going to make it. However, because of the history books, we look back at those numbers and it's like, oh, that's a bad percentage. But yeah, realistically, he was shooting maybe 1.5 to 3 threes a game, depending on what year it was. And one of those is more than likely a full court shot. You know what I mean? So that's where stats kind of mess with me a little bit. And yeah, AD being on top of this chart and LeBron being on top of this chart. Yeah, my eye test, it doesn't match up.
For any team, this is an area worth
And once again,
considering.
with AD, I wonder how many shots he actually took. Because I don't think he's taken that many clutch shots. But he has hit some big ones.
You might be better served initiating a democracy rather than a dictatorship. Stars may appear to be supernatural, but if given enough volume, they're pretty much themselves.
From the stands, big clutch is magic. It's a force that we can all witness, but only a select few can experience. Daydreams on the blacktop or late at night, even just walking to the laundry room. A superlative moment between what could be and what is. But this clock and this hero thought is misleading. Certain players may appear to levitate, and that orange sphere may carry more than 8 psi at certain moments, but this is only due to the seemingly uneventful plays that precede it.
Hey, Mike.
Plays that we surely take for granted.
Michael, you ready to get in there?
Clutch isn't some rare DNA strand reserved for a chosen few. Clutch is the appreciation of the unseen timer. That is the magic. It's a force that any of us can harness. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and take care.
It was a really good video, though. Whoops. Is there anything else? No? Okay, it's fade out. Okay. It was a really, really, really well-made video. I may not like the outcome of what his testing, resulted in. However, I gotta admit, like, he did the work. That's a really good video. So, guys, link is down below if you want to check out his channel. I went ahead and subscribed as well. Yeah, I think there's so many that this is why we all have a problem defining clutch. And I've been asked multiple times in the comments, define clutch. And I notice I have a different definition than most people when it comes to clutch, which is basically like my definition is less so about timing. It's more so pressure. So in this is why it's hard to make it tangible too. because define high pressure situation. Now we're having a whole different conversation as well. But for me, we all know when the pressure is higher, right? We're all seeing it. We're seeing it in the playoffs, a game 7 or, whatever situation may be. How are you performing in these high pressure situations? Okay. So say your shooting percentage is 50% in the regular season, and in the playoffs, your shooting percentage is 40%. I won't consider you clutch, and then say you make it to the finals and your shooting percentage goes down to 30, So like the more pressure, the more levels of pressure we hit, the worse you're performing. To me, that's the opposite of clutch. Now, if we do the flip side, where your average is 50% in the regular season, and then in the playoffs you're still averaging, 50, or better yet, you rise up to like 52, and then in the finals you go up to like 53. I consider you ultimately clutch, because that is incredibly difficult to rise up with that level of competition and the added pressure on top of it. But really, I always say a player is clutch if they can match their shooting percentage in the playoffs as it is in a regular season. So if basically the added pressure means nothing to them, they're just going through the game just like it's normal. To me, that's clutch. That means you're unaffected by pressure, And in order to do that, you got to get a hold of your ego. You got to really focus in and be. You got to be present in the moment in order to pull something like that off. So to me, that's clutch, because you have overcome your nerves, and the shots going in as a result. But then we have the exact opposite, which is the analytical side of it. And that's what this guy here did. And it's not something I would do, but I'm glad someone's doing it, because, a lot of people really, really like just raw statistics to explain the story. And that's okay. We got people who dive deep into stats like this for that kind of a job. To me, it'll always be what I see, For instance, I bet you almost anything on a list like this, Jalen Brunson would be way down on the list. But you and I, we both know what we saw in the playoffs. We saw him do what he did, and that was some clutch performances, in my opinion. Like to hear your guys' opinion as well. Let me know in the comments, and we'll have a good old conversation down there like we always do. Guys, I appreciate you so much for sending me this video, and for for hanging out and watching it with me. Guys, like the video on the way out if you could. Subscribe if you want more content like this, and most importantly, it's the be water, my friends.